Hi everyone, I'm Lisa Grail. Welcome to my channel. Welcome to Florida, St. Petersburg. This is where I'm located and these are my beautiful lions. I myself feel like I'm a lion today a little bit. And this video will be long, so if you don't have time for yourself and your health and some information, skip this video. Or if you have a click, please give me a little bit your attention. And probably after watching this video, you will already reconsider many things, many chapters of your life, your experience. So I'm Lisa Grail. I've created 150 Kundalini yoga classes for self-healing on my channel, including 2 courses from depression to prosperity and regulation of eating disorders on Udemy platform. And currently I moved next because I had spiritual awakening. It happened in 2021 as a consequence of my body transformation, my energy transformation, and psychoanalytical work, self-healing at all aspects. And within these 6 years, I framed what exactly I was doing with my body, my psyche. I was constantly self-educating. I was constantly purchasing some programs from different masters, so-called enlightened masters, but most of them were not only profound specialists in work with our ego and our psyche, but also neuroscientists, also people who are living without food, water for years and have psychological degrees and stuff. So I collected all this information, and because we are all very, very unique, something worked for me, what I was getting from these people, something did not work at all. And what I can share with you is only my personal experience and my own practice. And probably if you have a click on my energy, on me as a really grounded person, if you feel like I can give you something, I want to invite you to my education on Telegram channel. Yes, 2 years ago, I already had a program, and we had about 28 live streams all in all. All length of videos was like 55 hours, including Kundalini Yoga Kriyas for free, some voice notes, some guidance, some recommendations, and beautiful, very interesting, funny, and vivid chat where people were connecting with each other and exchanging their experiences. So it was a nice experience, after which I went to sabbatical. I changed my personal status. I was traveling a lot, and to be honest, I wanted to focus on my deep herbal detox and transformation of the body, because when we shift to different lifestyle, a life on minimum foods and on pranic nutrition, they call it so, though I think we don't need to have any nutrition, we ourselves realizing that we are the energy, but it's another topic. So just to understand what I'm talking about, I'm using this term as pranic nutrition. I had to dive into some very deep and very hard, believe me, programs of my subconsciousness, which my body still carries, and even Kundalini Yoga could not cleanse all these programs. Throughout all this year, I was working hard on myself, on my relationships. I enjoyed traveling a lot, and sure, I was under the guidance, constantly self-educating, never stop learning more and more. Someone who stopped learning and think that he knows everything, I can say that such person just listens to his ego mind, most likely. And after I collected all this experience and this luggage, I'm ready to share all things, by the way, which were on education still relevant. And guys who are joining this education will have special bonus because they will learn all information we discussed. I'm not selling it for a huge price anymore. Subscription will be very affordable for everyone. My goal is to attract as much people as possible, to spread this information, because I have very pragmatic goals in this life. I want to be surrounded by healthy people. I want to have impact on whole field of humanity and to help our reality to make its own shift, if you like. I was talking a lot about quantum psychology here, about what's going on in your personal life and how you travel in between the layers of reality and how you can be a master of your own reality. And on education, we will have so much information that I don't know even where to start with. But let me focus on whom this education will be super beneficial. People who are ready, very simple, to disidentify with ego programs. Spiritual awakening. Spiritual awakening is very simple. Let me explain in 20 seconds. We have ego programs and we are fused to suffering, which these ego programs are given to our body. Self-Hitlering, suppression, fears, all bad emotions, jealousy, envying, sabotage, blah, blah, all emotional trauma, ego carries. And most people on planet, never going out of their ego mind, never even look at their ego from the point of view of observer, analyzing, introspecting. Spiritual awakening goes with stages. First of all, realization that this is not you, this is personality with whom you will live in all your life. And silently obeying its commands like a programmed machine, like a bot, NPC, or it's very roughly said, right? But it's true. We are like hypnotized, like under mass hypnosis all our life. Spiritual awakening is simply a process of disidentification of yourself as a high being with all these programs. And not only disidentification through the mental work, it's the feeling of I am. It's a whole presence. You perceive yourself as presence, as perception, who has no gender, no qualities. And in this state already you don't have any suffering. If there is a reaction of the body still on something from the outside reality as a trigger, we call it, you are not suffering. You're not attached to the anger. You're not attached to any sort of torment inside you as before. You observe it and let it be. But there is a moment when even this is not necessary. All triggers, all karma, let's say so, is worked from your systems, from your mental body, astral body, and all your up to Buddhic body, and you become liberated. They call it moksha, or they call it going out of samsara. But I'm very grounded. Again, I repeat, and I want to explain you primitively. We have brain divided into two hemispheres. And one person lives only in ego mind. He lives in the left hemisphere. When we shift to partly to the right hemisphere, to the connection to our creativity, we balancing all this process. And then we face integration of both hemispheres. And the state can be described as I am, as no thoughts state, or thoughts are very, very on the background. Our brain starts to work in regimes of alpha state constantly, not only in meditation, constantly. You are in dynamic meditation, in alpha state, theta state. It feels like, I like to call it natural high, or perception as you are under the weed, or another drugs, but we're not using drugs, we're just applying all that Lisa Grail is given. Because Lisa Grail has perfect results with rollbacks, sure, with stabilization period, which I faced. I know what you may face as well. Because when I had this path, and currently my results speaking for myself, I'm already on prana. I can say that I have only liquids left and I have no craving to most of food. It means my psyche doesn't crave. It means there is no one inside me who wants to suppress emotions and use food. Moreover, I worked my body so much that all my muscles, all my nervous system is healed because it's a complex approach. I was explaining about fascia trains and how they affect all our biochemistry in the body. Also, I passed through very effective herbal detox. I'm grateful endlessly to Kate, with whom I'm working, naturopathic doctor, which healed me in 1 year, 1.5. It was hard, yes. I was releasing a bunch of stuff, which I collected from my entire life. And now I can say that I have concrete methodology how to lead person through his psyche and simultaneously through his body to this beautiful harmony. Without this work, we have decay processes. Unfortunately, we'll be dying, suffering, aging, and trying to calm our psyche with achievements, with indulgence, with many things which we allow ourselves when we are miserable. And maybe I'm sounding rough, but everything in life is much more simple. If you feel yourself physically bad, something is wrong. You run to the doctors, they give you pills. You put the dust under the carpet, but you're not cleansing the reasons. You keep on reacting aggressively on the outside reality without any idea that you are seeing what is inside you. Most people never even doubting that this reality is objective, but it's not. And this is what I was talking about already on my previous education, and I will be diving into more deeper corners of our universe and our hologram. Life is super beautiful. I just tell you that you must trust me. Before spiritual awakening, it's hard. And to be honest, I have no idea how people can carry this burden through all their life and just dying without understanding what's going on, who they are, where they came from, what is life. They may be questioning, have some philosophy or religious explanations, but they are not working because you don't have straight knowledge from your higher being, from the one who lives through this body. We are so fused to the body, to the concept of I am personality, I'm this body and nothing else. And to avoid any mental disorders on this spiritual path, to avoid eating disorders on the path of malnutrition or chronic nutrition, most likely my guidance will help you. If you are worried about the aspects of self-realization, society, manifestations, money, abundance, I also have answers because I'm a very stubborn person when it comes to my happiness and completion of the picture of reality. Moreover, I can say after spiritual awakening, if you kill the ego and dissolve yourself in constant samadhi into the space and lose any interest in material reality, you can choose that, but most likely you will create death for this body, or you'll be just a hermit. But the high mastery is when you combine both hemispheres of your brain and you can both do business in society and at the same time being in such a beautiful high state of consciousness that you can only imagine that never compares to any drugs, cocaine, heroin, alcohol, food pleasure. Nothing is better than this blissful state. And in this blissful state, you become you. You stop wearing ego masks and you don't care about how people perceive you because you have this unconditional self-acceptance and sure unconditional acceptance of what is. Huge mistake of spiritual people that they are blissful and they cannot accept evil. They can't accept how it is designed for us to play. And they cannot move forward. They play in spiritual teachers wearing spiritual blissful masks. But I say, I'm not good and bad. For someone, probably I will be a monster. If I poke in someone's trauma with my words, they will be pissed by me, triggered. Maybe only my appearance and how I speak already triggers you, but you have to ask yourself why. It happens with me. Why, if person did not do me anything concretely, why she pisses me off? So I can trigger you. And I think that when the teacher is triggering someone, it is super cool approach because we cannot self-heal if we won't be scooping out all the dirt from our subconsciousness, from our poisoned ego and inflamed brain and inflamed body, figuratively and straightly speaking, to be honest. So when you awakening, you have no good or bad. You are spontaneous. You follow only your heart. You're doing only what you want. You have very healthy boundaries with so-called other people. Though you realize that you and your people is like one material, at the same time, you cannot allow someone to just suck your energy because you have very pragmatic goals here. Your goal is to evolve here, to learn and to gather as much experiences and have as much expansion at all aspects, all layers of reality as you only can. This is the huge service for your spirit, for your divine self, if you like this term, more than just self-realization as perception, as consciousness. So work with your ego is one of the main chapters which will be on education. This is a foundation. Without working with your ego programs, enlightenment, spiritual awakening is not possible. Only if you are interested. I'm not imposing lighter forms of nutrition or subsequently pranic nutrition. Then I can guide you step by step. I can teach you, if you like, to fast. I can explain how to fast correctly, how to cleanse your body before fasting, what helps the most, how to cleanse even your intestines correctly, because not all cleansings can be good. Someone even can be harmful. And also, I will share more precisely what I faced, what I cannot share on YouTube channel. And also I will uncover much more about life on Earth in general, where we are really, and how to stay here, but follow only your rules. So this will be the last education, because so much information, guidance that I can give you, I don't know where you can else receive, to be honest. I don't want to be flying away in some theories or in some conspirological things. They're not working. People who are concentrated more on outside reality will never dive deeper within, but all answers are within. So let me read a little bit, because I prepared the whole list, not to have this vague uncertainty, you know. I like precise information, I like precise logical approach. And I think this is a very sober approach, because when you awaken, and you don't have this daily dreaming, you don't have this to be or not to be doubts, you have clarity. You know, this is very pragmatic and very beautiful state of, if you want it, come and get it, with no blocks, no frustration, no symptoms of ADHD, whatever. All right, so what you will face if you are interested in, and you know, even if you're not interested in prana right now, it might be the consequence of your spiritual awakening anyways, and subsequently you will have to follow your body, because your body will start rejecting any sort of garbage when you will purify your mental body and your energy channels, for instance, through Kundalini yoga. So we will be talking about malnutrition, rare nutrition, prana, and biology behind that. Also about sleep deprivation. Everyone loves it. No one knows how to practice this without damaging your body. I will only say that sleep deprivation is a huge change in the hormonal system of the body. It's also the natural dopamine release. That's why people who are not sleeping are like under cocaine all the time. They looking very young and beautiful, and all the hormonal system starts rejuvenating. But incorrect sleep deprivation, as incorrect long fasting, can be so harmful to your body that the consequences will be unbearably hard to heal. If you heard something on internet, someone healed himself through 30 days of fasting, but on 10th day of fasting you feel unbearably horrible, please stop. You should be listening to yourself, and I will be guiding people to listen only to themselves. I don't need to impose my truth, because I have my goals here. You have your own. I have my booty, my body type. I have my specifics. For instance, I'm dealing with Gilbert syndrome, which is DNA bug, which is, for instance, some scientists thinking that Gilbert is mutation, which leads to evolution, because people with Gilbert syndrome, if you have it, congratulations, it won't damage you, it will make you much healthier, because it pushed me to the more lighter forms of nutrition. If not, my heaviness and my liver, which cannot produce enough juices to process bilirubin, if not this shit I was facing with torture, like how you can digest meat, it's so heavy. If not this, I would never heal myself. So any bad things can be reversed into good. And this is also the quality of psyche. It's not positive thinking, it's very rational, logical thinking. For instance, if I'm suffering and I'm attacked by my own thoughts, is it rational and beneficial for me to constantly loop in, ruminating about something? Or I can train my brain to change what I'm thinking. I can be in control of my own biology. Okay, again, I'm talking, but hopefully this unstructured speech will attract your attention, because you need this. I'm okay, guys. I'm completely okay. I can stop talking about this. I have music project now, and I want to expand myself in society from all aspects, because I have so much energy that I don't know where to give this energy to, which is very important too, because if you have a bunch of energy, you're not focusing this energy on something, you will be suppressing it in the form of food. I know everything about food addiction right now. I can say how psyche works, how to regulate your psyche, how not to fall into binging or eating disorder on the way to prana, and many other things which I already faced myself. Also, we will be talking about hormonal system, rejuvenation as well, immortality, about switching all programs which block in our perception. I will be also precisely explaining you what is pranic nutrition and how it should be perceived, how you can identify that you are on prana. I will be always replying all your questions, even the most primitive questions, why we need digestive organs. And many things. I have scientific answers. I have esoterical answers. I'm like a freaking ChatGPT, which has all angles on one question. And also, when I'm replying someone, I see who is talking to me. I'm scanning people right away. I have clairvoyance now. I'm deeply connected to people. I feel them so deeply, as like I'm becoming the person whom I'm answering the question. This is how it works for me. Knowledge from nowhere, and just open crown chakra, what I can say. Next one, manifestations of events, forming events and ruling your reality, that you won't be surprised, like, oh my God, what's going on? It was coincidence or not coincidence? You will have no questions, and all miracles, so-called coincidences, will be perceived as routine for you. If in 3D mind, in ego, we had only misfortunes attracting accidents, diseases, you will attract only miracles. And as I shared in my podcast about my quantum leap, and then I was not killed by the car recently here, it's, for me, it's normal that you're like it. It's your norma. We're here to enjoy, to rule our world. But the game is so difficult, because while we are sleeping, while we are under the mass hypnosis, we have no access to trust to ourselves and to our divine spirit. All right. Like my mother recently told me, Lisa, are you eating Holy Spirit there? I'm saying, no, mother, I'm on intuitive nutrition. And it's true, because I intuitively feel if my body needs something or not. If not needing something, I'm not eating. If it needs something, I can unfortunately eat only smoothie now. So it's very natural for me. I'm not fasting, I'm not suppressing. If you are fasting, I do not recommend you to fast. You like such approach? You allow yourself everything you want on the way. You should eat and enjoy all tastes, because if you still enjoy food, it's not for nothing. It's because your consciousness, your self-introspection, realization of your programs is at some concrete level, which is not good or bad. It's just a stage. We've all been there. We've all passing it. Some people stuck for all their lives in these programs, some people awaken. That's the difference. You don't have to hate yourself for this, you have to accept it. This is a key to avoid any eating disorders. Ensure cleansing of the body, because most food you are craving are based on microbiota you carry in your intestines and parasites. Everything is super simple and logical in my approach. Simple and logical. I don't want this, you connect your heart to divine angel and you hallucinate in meditations. No, because I know if my brain understands how my hypothalamus regulates my eating, I can become GLP-1 for myself and for you as well. You will not have any mental or physical craving to food, if you like, if this is a purpose. If not, enjoy. You can be awakened. Yes, maybe vibrationally you won't be so high. Maybe your states of expansion of consciousness won't be so deep and so but at the same time you will be more grounded, okay? You will be enjoying your morning coffee, you will be enjoying food, and probably you need this experience as well. You cannot jump through some stages of development. And we're so different. Someone needs 1 year to self-realize, someone 6 years, as me, someone 15 years. You just need to enjoy your life, and enjoy yourself as a project. You should imagine that this is your material, your project, body, the tool. What you can do with this tool? Can you investigate this tool deeply? That you will be knowing what is going on in your body biochemically, physiologically, why you have such emotions, why you have such reactions, why you sleeping, why your nervous system doing this or that. It's all very interesting. As for me, as researcher, first of all, I can call myself scientist already because I do researched a lot. Who is interested in relationships, in meeting your partner for whom it's relevant? I'm also all yours. Not that I will give my body for polyamory concepts. No, I have different attitude, though I highly respect any choices of yours, any choices of people who are choosing autonomous lifestyle, but loving everyone with so unconditionally that they cannot see the difference between my body and your body. We can exchange this sexual energy all the time. No questions. I'm in acceptance, in total acceptance to everyone, because I really love what I see around me. I love my life. I love what results I have. That's why I'm happy. If I'm happy, I'm not judging, I'm not envying, I'm in balance. It just doesn't appear in my system that I will say, fool, look at her. Like, no, it's ego mind. So, what I was talking about? Relationships. Okay, relationships. Whether you like it or not, if you truly awakened, you are very, very self-sufficient. Actually, you don't need anyone. You feel like you are whole. And you can be at the same time with any person because you have acceptance. The main idea is that you never choose someone who will be interfering with your state, so-called energy vampire or abuser or whatever you call it, narcissist. You cannot stand such person because they have their own mission on earth and they're very hard to self-realize, but they also have a place to be. As psychopaths, as scammers, as all violence we see, it has a place to be. Believe me, on education you will accept this shit. You will accept, but you should not think that acceptance equal participation. Okay, it's different. But believe me, you can shift your own reality to such form and circumstances that you will be less and less encountering any absurdity, any violence towards you, and as such, if your attention will be focused on only on your goals. Relationships was my favorite topic when I was not self-sufficient, when I was searching for recognition from the partner, love from the outside. Now I can say that I have a partner. I love him as I love myself. I perceive him as myself. Under such attitude, people transforming, even if they had some ego programs, they just cleanse themselves. By the way, my partner is the same lifestyle as me. How you like such idea? Within 1 year, person shifts from eating everything, smoking weed, to light nutrition, malnutrition, almost pranic nutrition. I think it's a good result. Only 1 year and you reverse your aging processes and you reverse your decay. That's why I'm so self-confident. I know what I'm talking about. And unfortunately, not everyone ready to talk about such things online because it's kind of very contradictory topic and can meet a lot of aggression. But at this point, I'm done with holding this information. At this point, I know that I deserve exchange for this information, and I'm not afraid of any hatred. hate me, whatever, you hating yourself anyways. Your life won't become better if you hate someone, you know. Sure, we will learn how to identify ego voice, your spirit voice, and any sort of confusion that may arise, because we have this split in our consciousness, which we can identify sometimes only from the outside, only via guidance. And this is how I will be helping you to see ego programs and realize yourself. And sure, to hook you with your interest and motivation, because we are all like kids, we are very curious creatures. I have answers to questions: what is reality, why we have such system as we have, what's next, where you can go with your body or without body, what is the matrix really, how to go beyond, who have access beyond, and many other interesting things. But again, you can be super curious about immortality, super abilities. We can develop telekinesis. It's all our default settings, which are blurred by our heaviness of programs we carry and blockages of our consciousness. But believe me, initial thing is stable spiritual awakening. This is our natural state. If you're not there, if you're not naturally high constantly, you have to be, first of all, and then all other things will unfold for you. Some maybe talents you never known about you having, and many desires which you were suppressing within you. Huge acceptance of yourself, no blockages on the way to acting. And you know, this is a complex, beautiful life. You are not denying spirituality, you're not denying materia, you're not stressing yourself out, you're not killing your body. You know how you are forming diseases, and you can heal yourself instantly, even if your ego mind, your reactions again created some clot in you. You know, we are all creators of our own reality. We creating everything, and diseases as well. But the thing is that we are not immature creatures who should be dependent on system, on people. And you know, when you realize that doctors are really helping people who are not responsible for their health, you don't hate doctors, you don't hate system. System likes to support you by your own expense, by expense of your money and expense of your life years. But it supports us as a babies, tries to feed us, tries to make us live more comfortably. We have access to YouTube channel, we have many benefits, and I would not complain about system. I would be just focusing on self evolution, on self development. That system won't be bothering you at all. Meanwhile, you will be the same citizen, you will be paying your taxes, you will be respecting the system. Peace, love, rock and roll, and beautiful, very healthy body. I love you all. I wish you to be as happy as me, as healthy as me. Yes, I'm still not perfect, and no one is perfect. I'm still on my way. I'm just observing how my body transforms. By now, I just trust more and more my body. I'm following my call of lifestyle, which I should have started 10 years ago. But this is another topic. I don't have any regrets, because back in the days, I was not prepared, and I had no instruction, no information. And I'm, you know, if the shift will be keep on going on, I think I will write a book about real spiritual awakening and what it is, and about pranic nutrition, because most of books I was reading are not precisely understandable to people. People need instructions, people need very primitive guidance, because everything is not as difficult. Yes, we can dive into scientific terms, in scientific explanations, if you want to be a scientist. But for people who are far from science, just want to have connection to the body and be sure that they are healthy, they need another approach, which I'm providing as well. So I can go deeper into science, and I can explain you very simply everything. So now moving to technical moments. First of all, I won't be using bot on Telegram, because this bot pissed off all my participants. It was asking to send photo of your receipt, or it was kicking out from the group people randomly. It was out of my control. So I will be receiving all subscriptions myself via Telegram, via my phone, via my account. And I will be adding people, and I will be sending notification that like in 3 days your monthly subscription will be expired. Are you prolonging? If not, goodbye, come back later. If you are free to come in, come out. Only one thing I want to ask you, to be honest and not to share for free my information, because you know such things not like punishment, but it causes imbalance of the law of giving and receiving. Most likely, if you asking me questions about someone else, I won't be replying them. Person should ask me personally, because I should feel the person. What else? We are all about fun, respect. We are all about any questions, even silly. We have no ego. Our ego is our subject of researchment. I highly suggest you perceive your ego mind as subject of researchment. Also, respect me and not advertising any YouTube channels, programs, because I believe my approach and my programs which I do give to people are the best I tried so far. So you can do whatever with your body, but just do not advertise on my channel. It's my space, it's my home. Sure, I will be blocking if there will be some hatred or some troll, because I think troll can pay such small amount of money for subscription. I try to make it affordable, but the price I'm given, the price will be in description to this video. The price I'm given is open. It should not be less than this amount, but it can be more, because when you are committed, when you pay more, you automatically want to work on yourself more precisely, more hard. Not like tensing yourself, but you feel that you invested, you feel like you paid yourself. Because when we pay for a service, we paying for time, we're paying for information, we're paying for tools which we receive, which accelerate our healing, accelerate our abundance, accelerate our success. Rich people know about that. People who have very tough poverty programs want everything for free. They are afraid, this is a fear of ego mind, that if I pay, if I give something, I will never receive back. But this information will expand you. So believe me, money will arrive when you will come back to yourself. If you are suffering and demanding something for free, maybe someone will be giving you, but it's not me. It's previous me who was serving people for free, but unfortunately, I myself violated this mechanism of exchange. And also for those people who will be on Telegram channel with this monthly subscription, will have opportunity to have consultations with me with discount. Any of my services will be with 20% discount. Only one service which has only one stable price, which is now is not very high, still, is Alchemy of Health Herbal Detox. But believe me, I value this program after my experience so much that I think it deserves $1,000. $1,000, because after this program you won't be spending money on food, on doctors, on pills, on nutritionists, on anyone. So, you're welcome. The channel is called Self-Realization with Lisa Grail because it's aimed at spiritual awakening first and foremost. And I will be repeating again and again, we are here to awaken. Other things is the choice of your soul, whether you are on prana without sleep, whether you are teleporting to another realities, whether you are more material, whether you are on pranic nutrition but you are the owner of restaurant chains. I know such people. You can be anyone. There are no limits, and I want you to see that you have no limits. That all what was limiting you is only who? Ego mind. Sat Nam. If any questions, please ask in comments. And the most important, beginning of education officially, when I will have first live stream there, will be on 20th of October. But you can enter right now and learn all information we already have there. 28 live streams. If you watch them, you will have clarity already. It's already a lot. It's already a lot. Sometimes even enough. People don't have any questions even after they listen to everything there. And if you were participating before these 3 months, then you will just repeat what you learned from me and even have some nostalgic smile of how funny and nice our communication, our field was there. Thanks to team and guys from Germany especially, it was such a fun. I will never forget it, and I want to continue, and I will see who is attracted. If there will be more people who have questions about prana, anyways, we will be working with Psyche. So no matter if you need prana or you just want to be happy and naturally high, we should work on Psyche. Prana is just a consequence, okay? So you're welcome. We are starting on 20th of October. Time will be specified, announced here and on Telegram. You can join already today. Just send me a message on Telegram and I will add you to the channel. And what else? If you bought from me this program for $150+, I give you 2 months of free participation. You can again join the channel and wait when the education will start. The structure of education is flexible because I will be preparing to each live stream. Also, you will be asking questions all the time. We will have possibility to ask questions with voice during live streams as usual. So it will be very vivid communication and support. When you constantly have answers to questions, when you still have questions and such support, believe me, you will have such a growth within even 1 month that your self-research is not even comparable to this, because it took me about 15 years of different researchments, and I'm very gladly give it to you right now as a working scheme for self-realization. Waiting for you all. I believe that our modern reality pushes us for evolution, that we cannot stand this absurdity anymore, and we have to change it. And the only change that happens always happens within. Stay true and kind. The rest things, never mind. Love you. Sat Nam.